human body is a magnificent machine, which has always fascinated me so much that I became a scientist. My favorite thing to do as a scientist is to build bridges between the world of engineering and the world of medicine for the benefit of humans. I love it. 15 years ago, a doctor, let's call him Konstantin, challenged me literally. He placed a few tiny needles in the ear of a patient with chronic pain, switched on the electricity, and the pain was gone. At that time, it was like magic, how an ear is connected to chronic pain. In another patient, he turned on the electricity and the toe turned red. He turned it off and the toe turned back to blue. How is the ear connected to the blood flow in the toe? I had to step outside of what I knew to approach this challenge. Chronic pain affects our brain and derails its responses along brain nerves. Why not reestablish the lost balance by the language of the brain nerves? The language of electricity, say, by an electric pill. Our nerves are like highways with propagating electrical pulses which connect our body and the brain. And when the impulses to the brain crash on these highways, the brain loses its input and thus loses its ability to maintain the balance in vital bodily functions. Why not use these natural highways to deliver electrical impulses to the brain to treat chronic pain, namely by the electrical stimulation of the vagus nerve, a major brain nerve? The vagus nerve governs the balance in inflammation, the balance in the autonomic nervous system, and finally the balance in your health and well-being without chronic pain. Here, at the university, we modulate brain activity via stimulating the vagus nerve in the ear, the only place in our body where the vagus nerve is easily accessible externally. We develop stimulators which deliver electrical impulses tailored to excite the sensory vagus nerve. Stimulators act as electric pills, administered not only to relieve the pain, but also to improve the blood flow in the limbs and help to normalize immune functions. At this point, I had to speak as a scientist 3 languages: the language of electricity, the language of the nerves, and the language of physiology. There needs to be a strong interdisciplinary exchange to realize the electric pill. For instance, nerves are sensitive living bodies which can easily fatigue and become irresponsive so that you cannot overstimulate them. On the other hand, our brain does not listen all the time to the electrical stimulus we provide to the ear that reduces the efficiency of a continuous pain therapy. We need to find individual time windows when the entrance gates of the brain are widely open. To match these gates, we synchronize our electrical impulses with our inner body cycles like heartbeat or breathing to arrive at a very personal and very efficient electric pill to treat chronic pain. Chronic pain is like being inside a bubble and keeping pain for oneself, with blurred vision to your loved ones. Chronic pain affects 1 in 5 of us. Do we surrender to chronic pain? Not necessary. We cannot help ourselves when we look inside the bubble. We need to leave the bubble for new alternatives. We are not bound to traditional medications only, which often have severe side effects. Now, we can electrically communicate to brain nerves in their own language. We can balance brain responses which are derailed in chronic pain, responses which affect our well-being. The electric pill is a viable medical tool in society and has the power to relieve patients from debilitating pain. In the end, the choice to embrace the electric pill lies in our willingness to explore beyond established norms. It is up to us to keep asking proper questions, seeking better answers, and keeping hope alive for those who really suffer. What we can do for ourselves, what can we do for you? When my dear mother, had back pain, I had no hesitation in suggesting that she takes the pill. She was relieved, and so was I. Thank you.